to know what to buy and what to steer clear from. Because some of the things say that they're healthy, but they're little buggers, just disguised. Just because something is gluten-free doesn't mean it's good for you. Let me give you an example. A gluten-free range in the health food section. You're like, what? Health food? Health food? This must be healthy, right? Sugar. Rice flour is great, potato starch is great, tapioca starch. These are gluten-free grains. But then you've got these funny guys, the raising agents, and their numbers in brackets. You're hiding something. If you're too embarrassed to write the ingredients inside and you have to put as a number, then you're definitely hiding something, and this is something you don't want to be eating. Free breadcrumbs, that is so good for celiacs, especially if you want to have chicken schnitzel, but you just can't have the crumbs. Well, this one is gluten-free, but guys, you're better off making your own rice crumbs from good bread, because if you have a look at this one, well, there's numbers in brackets in here as well. Everyone said don't have sugar, don't have fats, and they also told us to stay away from salt. But what if I told you it's only the processed version of salt that we should be staying away from, and that's the iodized salt that's bad for us. Real salt is actually salts of the earth, minerals that are bubbling from thousands of meters from below the Earth's surface that come up, and you should be eating that because it's full of magnesium, and magnesium is something that's so good for you. But here is iodized salt. Stay right away from that. Luckily, brands are now jumping on board and doing a natural version of the pink salts. Now let's talk about tuna. It's not one of my favorite things at all. We think we're having the healthy option when we do our tuna and rice and veggies. That's a fit food, fitness freaks, say that 3 times really fast, absolute dream, but it's old school. It's not wellness. There is nothing alive about this food. It's old fish in a can. You want to get some fresh food because food that is alive gives you life. Okay, this peanut butter is really good. You can actually find a lot of peanut butters now that are 100% natural. They don't have any additives, they don't have sugars in them, but they will be a little bit more expensive. So this guys here is $5 and this one here is $4.10, and it's easy to grab the one that says natural on it because it's cheaper. If you have a look at the ingredients, there's also sugar added and preservatives. Start shopping for health, not for value. Non-dairy options are absolutely huge now. So many people are moving away from milk. It's not because you're just intolerant to the lactose, it's also because you're intolerant to the casein. Casein is spelled C-A-S-E-I-N, and it is the protein in the animal. Now, cows are very big animals, so its casein is going to be big too, and it's really hard for the human gut to digest that. So usually when people have sort of goat's milk or give their kids, if they can't breastfeed, they're giving them goat's milk formula, the kids have a much easier time digesting that because the human gut can handle the smaller casein protein in a smaller animal. But if you're going to do anything like soy, you know, almond milk is great. We've got all sorts of like coconut now. If you are going to do soy, I personally do love the taste of Bon Soy. I would stay right away from really processed brands, but this is the only soy that I would ever consume. It's a very controversial subject, but this one is not only organic, it's also non-GMO, non-genetically modified. Don't get me started on these guys. Yes, the only thing I would do with this is clean the toilets with it, and my word, it does a really good job. Now, some people think that if they're doing the no sugar version of this bad boy, that they're actually making a healthier decision, but it's full of artificial sweeteners called aspartame, which is a neurotoxin. Just stay right away from this and drink some water instead. I am so upset. I was in this section and I just saw this guy. He had the cheese and he threw it on the ground. The butter went all over the floor, and the yogurt, he just grabbed it from the shelf and just threw it on the floor. And I just thought, how dare he? When it comes to good fats, I'm a big fan of plant fats. So things like coconut oil, olive oil is great. And don't shy away from dairy if you're not dairy intolerant. It's a really good thing. The one thing I'll tell you to stay clear of though is margarine. Sometimes margarine will tick all the boxes. It'll say no artificial flavors, no artificial colors, This one says it's also lactose free, salt reduced, artificial additives free, and it contains vitamin D. Now those are all great, but this is still margarine, and margarine is not a good fat. It's a man-made fat. It's actually even black when it's first processed and then dyed yellow. There's more information in my book, Eat Fat, Be Thin. One topic to talk about. This is no yolk. You really need to go for the organic, most expensive eggs. These ones are grain-fed, yes, and so that ticks a box, but they're also caged eggs. This one's had a better quality of life, so in my opinion, don't scrimp when it comes to buying eggs. This is something you really want to spend more money on out of all of the things. Go for organic, free range, no hormones, no antibiotics. That way you know that the animals had a great quality of life, and therefore your nutrition is going to be greater too. And the same principle goes for your meats. The chicken, for example. You want to choose the most expensive chicken there is, and I know we're shopping for health, not value, but it just means you're going to boost your immunity and be so much more well. This one, for example, the chicken thigh. Don't stay away from them. Everyone always goes for the lean meat option and only has chicken breasts, but you want to go for the ones that don't have hormones, additives, and a little bit of the fat. You need to have a variety of nutrition. You can't always eat the same part of the same animal or the same fruits and vegetables. The more varied our diet is, the more nutrition we're going to get, and that's where food starts acting as medicine within your body as it builds up the nutrition over a period of time and you become more well.